Okay, well, happy Saturday morning to you all. It's about 9:40 in the morning, something like that. It's a little bit of a humid 65 degrees, 67 degrees out here. And I'm taking the little Navi out this morning to go meet Kevin Excelsior. He's got a new Tesla Model 3 dual motor. He's driving from Round Rock all the way out to Louisiana somewhere today, and he's stopping at Rudy's Barbecue up on 290. So I'm going to go meet him, put some more miles on the Navi. Still don't have very many miles on it. So what, 492, almost 500 miles. So put a few more miles on it. Remounted my Shad SH33 top box. I don't know, a week or two ago. It's not a big top box, just big enough for you know, a helmet minus the camera that's on here. Put a smallish helmet in there, groceries, whatever. Not quite big enough for laptops, but works okay. The mount kind of flexes around a bit, and that's due to flex in this Honda rear grab rail slash rear shelf. Rear shelf on this thing from the factory is kind of a joke. Anyway, put my tool tube on here. It's just secured with heavy duty zip ties, but it's super secure. And that's my fuel bottle in there. My emergency fuel stash. That way I don't have to have it down in that compartment. Got a shop rag wrapped around it. It's one of those MSR, I think it's 887 mil fuel bottles. So anyway, keep that so I don't have to push the Navi when I run it dry at 67 miles. So anyway, ooh, it's about to die. Take it off, joke. Okay, vroom, time to go. So I'm finally getting a little better now. You can probably hear my voice is still kind of off, a little hoarse, whatever. I'm still trying to get over the chest congestion and head cold and all that nonsense that I've been fighting for weeks and weeks. Turned into bronchitis and then walking pneumonia. It's just been a hassle. But anyway, feeling better, and I've got my voice back for the most part, so I can vlog and hopefully do the live streams now for the Navi giveaway. The red Navi is just sitting patiently in my garage waiting for me to finish reading all the rules and regulations and come up with my official contest rules. I'll discuss them here somewhat briefly, but I've got to read off those rules and make sure that they're clearly posted for the giveaway. That way I don't run afoul of any rules or regulations on YouTube. So anyway, I touched on it before. It's going to be a series of 4 to 6 live streams where during that live stream I ask everyone to enter a word or a phrase into the chat window, and when they do that, they're automatically tallied, and I can pull a list of those people. You can't submit more than once per live stream. And at the end of that live stream, I'll do a spin the wheel random winner, and the random winner of that particular live stream will get an extra 5 entries or whatever. Yeah, 5 entries sounds good to me. So everybody that gets an entry or multiple entries, you are going to be entered into the final random drawing. So the more times you participate in the live streams and the more luck you have, if you happen to win the random spin for each live stream, then you've got more places on that wheel, and increases your odds of winning the Navi. And it's free and clear. I'm giving it away. There's no raffle, there's no nothing like that. It's free to enter, free to play, because I can't do raffles. That falls under Texas gambling laws and everything else. I don't want to get into that. I have to set up a legal incorporation and do all kinds of stuff for that nonsense, and that's just nonsense. So anyway, that's the plan. I'll set a deadline on it. I don't want to stretch it out too long, probably no more than a month, and during that month there'll be 1 weekly live stream, and I might sprinkle in a few surprise live streams for people that are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on, and those will be pretty short ones, you know, 10 or 15 minutes or something like that. And the winner of those live streams is going to be the same as the others. It's just going to be bonus entries into final drawing. So, haven't decided what I'm going to do about delivery or shipping of the winter's Navi. I would much rather not incur shipping costs on it, but we'll figure that out. It's going to be limited to residents of the United States, continental United States, lower 48 only. If you want to make a road trip down to pick it up or whatever, we'll figure it out. If you're not a legal resident of the United States, I don't care. I'm not a lawyer. As long as you've got somebody that is a legal resident of the U.S. that's going to take possession or take delivery of the bike, and that's who I sign it over to. I'll throw some pictures in here of the title and all that. It's free and clear. There's no tomfoolery, no bait and switch, none of that. It's yours if you win it. You have to take care of your own registration in your state and any taxes that might be applicable for that. What I plan to do is sign it off with a gift bill of sale. In Texas, you either have to have a bill of sale or a gift notification of some kind, where it shows that you are taking legal possession. So that's what I'll do, and we'll have that notarized and everything to where you don't have any issues. We'll make sure it's all legal and everything, and you got to get your own insurance, registration, all that in your state. It is tagged and registered in Texas right now, but I don't know if I'll send it out of my garage with that plate on it or not, just for liability reasons. I might take the plate off of it, but it has 0 miles on it, or 0.7, whatever it was when I showed the odometer that original pickup day. I think they put 0.7 or 0.5 on them usually when they're running them in at the factory, on the dyno, or around a parking lot or whatever. So that's that. That's the Navi giveaway. I'll be trying to ramp up and get that started very quickly. It's hard for me to make projections right now about when I'm going to do that, but I think within the next week is my goal, and then I'll set the deadline for when the live streams are going to be and when the final giveaway is going to be. And one thing I will say about the live streams is you must be a subscriber to the channel, so be sure and click the like button and subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you get a ding on the live streams, and you see the schedule for that, and that way you don't miss them. Donations and stuff, you know, super stickers and the chats and all that, those are appreciated, but that's not a condition of entering this drawing, and I need to make that very clear, and I'll make sure that I make that clear during the live streams. This is no purchase necessary, no donations, nothing like that affect your chances of winning. It's just participation and random chance. So, but yeah, in the live streams you will have to be subscribed in order to chat. So in all of those live streams I'll have subscriber only mode turned on, to where you at least have to be a subscriber. I hope that you choose to become a member of the channel, help support crazy stuff like this, but at the very least you have to be a member if you want to participate in the drawing. Or let me rephrase, you have to be a subscriber to participate in the drawing, not necessarily a member. It's going to be a long-ish ride because I'm stuck on surface streets. I'm not taking this thing on the highway. I've got to go up to 290, and I don't know what the cross street is up there. It's about 20-something miles away. So the Navi having less than 500 miles on it. Of course, I haven't done my initial first service, the 600-mile service, nor have I adjusted the carburetor issue. I did go ahead and order the D tool, ordered a set of carburetor screwdrivers, so I can adjust that air fuel mixture on this thing. So after the first service is done and the dealer takes care of, you know, their part of it, I'll be able to adjust that weird screw in there. It'd be so much easier if they just put a common or a Phillips instead of that D in there, but that's for emissions purposes. They don't want people monkeying with it. But if you take these things camping with you, you know, on the back of a truck or an RV or something like that, my bet is you're going to need to adjust your air fuel mixture, just based on the trouble I've had with mine here at sea level. You get up above certain altitudes, it's going to start acting funny unless you rejet your carburetor or monkey around with the 5 miles. Looking at where I need to go. Unless you monkey with your jets or your air fuel mixture, you're gonna not run too well, I would presume. I will say the Navi runs a little bit better in warmer weather. It just doesn't like cold weather. With temperatures up around 60 or 70, it's not as prone to sputtering out and dying as it has been down at lower temperatures during the winter. I've had quite a few people on YouTube asking if I would consider taking the Navi on the scooter Cannonball run. Yes, I have. In fact, I broached that topic on the rider forums a few weeks ago and inquired whether the Navi would be able to participate or not. And Dave replied with a pretty funny response, you know, saying, well, we can make an exception for pretty much anything. We just reserve the right to award you 0 points. But he said, if you want to ride a leaf blower across the country, we'll welcome you with open arms. Yeah, buddy, that's my kind of crazy. So I might do it. If I do, this box right here is going to be replaced with a fuel cell, either custom fuel cell, or I'll just find some kind of a racing fuel cell, you know, one of those rotomolded plastic ones or something like that. I'll secure it down here in this lower area and get a little vacuum operated fuel pump. That way it can pump upward, because that is lower than the carburetor. So that would give the Navi 3 gallons, almost 4 gallons of capacity. That should work pretty well. It's not going to be nearly as long-legged as the Super Cub as far as efficiency is concerned, or top speed, but you know, if I could average 45-ish on the highways or back roads, whatever, then yeah, I think it could do okay as a Cannonball bike. It's going to make for very long days, probably 14 to 16 hour days once you factor in the fuel stops and bio brakes and all that kind of stuff. But if anybody's crazy enough to do it, it's probably me. I haven't seen anybody else lining up for that kind of torture yet. It's definitely not for the faint of heart or the weak of gluteal fortitude. So if I decide to take the Navi on the 23 scooter Cannonball run, obviously I'll have to do some improvements and upgrades on it for road comfort. I'll make me some foot pegs out here, some, you know, highway pegs. I don't think I'll pull a trailer with it, so I need to modify this rear rack that's on here and make it a little more useful, a little more sturdy. Get some additional tie-in points or something, because the existing mounts are just 2 bolts right into the seat, and it's not triangulated in any way, so there's a bit of flex in it. And if I'm carrying a lot of road gear and spare tire and all that kind of stuff on there, that's going to be a lot of stress and deflection on those mounts, probably snap them over time. So I'll have to build a better rear rack. Obviously the fuel cell that I talked about, roller or slider upgrades in the variator to give it better top speed, and I'll probably do some fairly extensive work on the carburetor, or replace it with something else to give better economy and tunability. And of course that goes without saying, I'll be modifying the exhaust. I don't like this exhaust, big chunky suitcase. Gotta go. So there'll be a few upgrades to it, but I don't know, I think overall it might be okay. I won't say it's going to be comfortable. Certainly not the right tool for the job, but I think I could make it work. As far as reliability, I don't have any doubts on the reliability of the machine. I think it's going to be just fine. Going uphill in the mountains or through you know, high altitudes is going to be a challenge, though. Probably stuck at 20. I would imagine. This has only got like a tick under 7 horsepower, I think it is, so it's down on power compared to the Cub, and the Cub had plenty of trouble going up those hills. And there, I don't have the benefit of changing gears on this, it's just the CVT, so going to be a little slow crawling going up the hills. I take it on some shorter trips to vet it out first, of course. Probably take it out to Arkansas, go up in the northeast corner of Texas and get into some of the hills up there, test it out, see how it does. Nice! Guy's wearing a bunny hat. Oh, he turned. he's wearing a big bunny hat, some kind of a costume head over his helmet. That was interesting. I think another thing that I would need to upgrade on the Navi before a cross-country trip is I will probably do a full stator conversion on this thing to make it just DC only, a full DC conversion, because I think I'm probably going to need that additional stator output for charging, you know, batteries, that sort of thing, cameras and electronic gear. I'm not going to be putting lots of load on it, just LED headlight, tail light, and turn signals, but I need, oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I need to run nav, my phone, and preferably at least one charger for GoPro batteries or something, you know, camera batteries. So I don't know if the factory stator is going to be up to the task, you know, put out enough juice for that. We'll see. I haven't even gotten into the DC conversion on this thing yet, you know, for the headlight, tail light portion, but we'll sort it out. Fuel economy is going to be the biggest rub. I'm going to have to figure out a way to improve its economy, or at least give it a shit ton more fuel capacity. Stopping on the Cubs every 90 miles to refill them was bad enough. Stopping every 65, no spank you. It's idling pretty well in warm weather. Hey, I'm over 500 miles now, 501.8, look at that. I don't know how busy Joel over at KipMoto is these days. I know he's always busy, always, you know, whether he's got a production batch going of the SherpaX trailers or not, he's either doing that or he's out touring, which I totally understand. He wants to get out and live life and not just be stuck in the shop. But depending on his workload, I might ask him if he could come up with an idea on a mount for the SherpaX on the back of this, or more likely on the PCX, because if I don't take this, Adrian and I are considering taking the PCX 150s for the 23 Cannonball. PCXs should be pretty easy because they've got dual rear shocks down right off the drive housing, so just tying right into those lower points should be reasonably simple. On this, it's only got a single shock on the back, so it'll be a little more difficult. Wouldn't be able to tie off of that shock mount because you just got one axis. You're not bracing or triangulating that, so there'd be too much torsional flex in it. But coming off of the oh, look at this genius, coming off of the seat mounts, kind of where the the rack mounts in, that would be okay. Yeah, Harley guy giving a Navi a wave. And they are still flooded out here at Addicts. This is where my private shooting range is, right there. But right here, Addicts Reservoir, that's the shooting range back in there. But yeah, I don't know, it's swampland right now. They've been swamped in for quite a while. Windscreen is definitely necessary on this to cut the wind load. Wind resistance is a pretty big deal on this bike with all the surface area and low power output. So I'll probably look for, I've got the factory windscreen on order. It still hasn't been delivered yet. It's been over 3 months. But the plexi on that is not very tall. It's only about this tall, so that's no bueno. It's not even as tall as the edge of the mirrors. So I will have to get a bigger piece of plexi, probably about this high. I do have a GV universal airflow that I was thinking about putting on the Cub. I could probably put it on this. I could figure out a way to mount it up. And it would be plenty good. It might be a little too big, but we'll see. I could always do something like the National Cycle deflector like I have on my XT250. That's a good screen. It'd be about the right height for this, I think. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. And for anyone shopping the factory windscreen from Honda for this, the pictures that they show are of a smoked windscreen. It's not here in the US. It's just clear. So if you're getting it because of that smoked appearance, you're going to get annoyed, because it ain't. So I'm pretty much wide open right now into the wind, about a, I don't know, probably 5 to 8 mile an hour headwind, and I'm only getting 52 indicated, almost 53. Now notice when I sat down right there, I gained speed. Let's get myself out of the windscreen. Tires, that's another thing that needs upgraded on this thing. Of course, everyone else is upgrading tires on theirs and doing mad scrambles trying to locate tires. There's been a lot of discussion about that on my Discord server. It just seems like nobody can get the tires in the sizes that the Navi needs right now. There's one member on the Discord server that's ordered his tires like 8 times, and they keep getting canceled over and over and over and over and over again. So they take the order, but then they cancel them, or they get stuck in customs, or one crazy thing or another. Pretty bizarre. I'm going to be doing the same on mine very soon. I was kind of waiting for everybody else to test it out first and see how their luck went with the various tire upgrade sizes, because getting the same size tire is real difficult. It's going to be a plus size something. If I get tires specific for the Cannonball, I'm going to look for something like the, what are they, the Heidenau K80s or something like that. They've got kind of a blocky tread, so that should do okay for gravel and loose surfaces. But anything's got to be better than these original tires. These things are awful. They're okay on dry pavement, just okay. You get even a little patch of water, or, you know, a slippery manhole cover, anything like that, any kind of moisture at all. Oh, these things are treacherous. I've had the front end step out 8 inches on me. Just whoop, sideways. If you're not paying attention, you will be on your butt. Several Navi owners in the Discord server have dumped their Navis, you know, just rounding corners, and the bike goes out from under them. I caught mine doing that several times, but I was lucky to escape without actually downing the bike. These tires suck. For the next Cannonball, I'm definitely going to have a better recording and streaming solution set up, and I will very likely have a live streaming rig. I'm already kind of specking out the pieces and the logistics for that, where I can live stream to a remote receiving station and use was it SRP or SRT or whatever that new streaming protocol is, based off of H.265. I'll have a remote station set up at my warehouse on a reliable connection, or maybe even build up Windows workstation or a server in AWS or something like that, that acts as my OBS receiving station. And for the live streams on the road while I'm riding, I'll be streaming off of my camera or something into the encoder, and everybody can keep in touch while I'm on the road, follow my progress in real time. So what I need to figure out are the plugins. I know that there are plugins for Twitch. I'm not sure about OBS, but basically text-to-speech. So when people make comments, they can be read to me over audio, you know, over a headset. So I've got to figure out that return audio channel. What is this dumb shit doing? That way I don't have to look at a screen and try to read a comment. I just, you know, hear it over the headset. I have to figure all that out. It's going to be a lot of plugging and finagling, figuring it out. Where is it? Where's Rudy's? Just want me to go around in a circle? No? It said turn right, to turn right. Oh Oh man, these tires are sketchy AF on this groove pavement. So Kevin is planning his route in the Tesla. Oh, there it is. Cool. He's planning his route in the Tesla around charging stations, obviously. I don't know what his total trip miles are. We'll find out. I'll ask him. But apparently here at Rudy's, they've got charging stations. What is it? Buc-ee's is supposed to be doing charging stations sometime soon, but I don't know how that project is coming along. So let's look around for a blue Tesla and a charging port somewhere. Chargers, any chargers? I don't see chargers. Yep, in the back. I think he's here. I see a blue Tesla back there. If it's got white interior, it must be his. One of these two. That one's probably his right there. Cool. White interior. Yeah, that's his right there. Cool. Well, I'll go inside and find him. Wonder how long the charge takes. Where do I want to park? I think I'm going to park up here where nobody else can get through anyway. So I'm not really causing a traffic hazard. Nobody can walk through this. Now they really can't walk through it. Okay, well, if my camera is still recording, welcome to Rudy's, and I will catch up with you all in just a bit. Okay, welcome back. We sat around here for about, I don't know, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. His car was charged up from 48% to like 90% or something like that in just 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So, took a ride in it, drove it. That's pretty neat. That's the first Tesla I've ever driven or ridden. And we just ran it up and down the road on the highway there, a few miles. Crazy acceleration. It's the dual motor. He doesn't have the added performance packages or anything like that on it yet, but it's crazy quick and absolutely silent. That is pretty neat. Okay, so now getting back home. I guess I go back the way that I came, which was that way. And I'm at just a little over half a tank on fuel, so I mangled my mirror. I need to put the helmet hook on this bike. I keep using my mirror to hang my helmet. That's annoying. And I haven't had a chance to call that guy back. He's been trying to reach out and contact me for several weeks now, and I've been so out of it with my chest infection and no voice. I haven't really been up to talking to anyone on the phone, so I'm going to call him today and rehash stuff that we had talked about in the past, doing some kind of a collaborative deal where I'll buy a case or two of his helmet hooks or something like that and put them on the channel for giveaways, or something like that, but help get some more exposure for that guy on the helmet hook, because those things are fantastic. I love them. I've got 3 or 4 of them on different bikes, and I need some more, so I'll just place one big order with him and give a bunch away on the channel. Woohoo! It's windy. The Navi really gets bossed around in the wind a lot. It gets pushed side to side quite a bit. I think I've got a turn here, so I'm going to go ahead and get in the fast lane. Hope I don't get run over. I might go ahead and put mirror wideners on this thing too. They're pretty good for my height, width, whatever, but I think I could probably benefit from a little bit wider stance on the mirrors. Get them just a little further out to the sides, because I do notice I'm staring into my shoulders sometimes. Alright, well, back in my part of the town again. It's been about a 45-mile ride, something like that today. I'm going to stop over and put some fuel in this thing, because it's down to the lower third, about a quarter of a tank, I guess. Not quite to the the red mark where I need to flip over to reserve, but I need to fill this up and also fill up my auxiliary bottle that I've got over on the side. And I'll do a little bit of garage reorganizing today, and I'll try to dig into the rules and regulation stuff on the Navi giveaway and at least type up some formal plan of what it is. That way I can post it with the videos and also discuss it during each live stream. That way I keep all the rules and sensors happy. Fry Road is so rough. Our fuel prices are pretty high here in Houston now, over $4 a gallon, I think. The rest of the country is dealing with that or higher. Usually Houston and Austin, I guess, kind of southern Texas, the prices are lower than they are in other parts of Texas and other parts of the nation, probably due to the fact that we're a producer distributor down here, so maybe there's less transport cost, or I don't know how that works out. But yeah, it's $4 a gallon, so motorcycles and scooters are going to start making a lot more sense to people. Hell, I filled up my wife's Pilot yesterday, I think it was, yesterday morning. It was pretty dry. I put 19 something gallons in it. $72, $72.50 I think is what I put in it. Good Lord. I never thought I'd see the day that I'd put $70 worth of fuel into that Honda Pilot. I think it's got a 20 gallon tank or something like that. Crazy. But alright, so I will fill this up. I'll calculate my economy, post it on the screen here for this tank, and then I'll calculate that little, separate bottle later when I use it. That'll be 1.7 gallons, I guess, or whatever it is. No, not even that much. That's not a gallon. This is a quart, basically. So I don't know how many fluid ounces it is. 870 or 887 or 877 mil. We'll look at the bottle in a second. Go ahead and get this out of here. I keep it wrapped in a shop rag just so it doesn't rattle in here, because it'll do that going down the road. Just annoying. So what are we at? $377, $402 for mid-grade. They're pretty cheap here at Walmart. Other parts of town, they're over $4 a gallon. So. Son of a bitch. Made a mess. This fuel door always makes it so tight in here with the handlebars. Just over the bar. What do we got? 0.56. So minus whatever I spilled in the top cap here. Wasn't much, just a little bit, a little splash. So 0.569. So I'll figure the miles with that. 536.7 against my last fill. Yeah, I'll leave that right there. And now I need to put a little bit more, if I can get this pump to unwind, a little bit in here. And I just got the gas on me. Now I've got my new cologne. Bubble, bubble. It's a messy. I need to get my funnel back in my little holder over here. 306. I'll give it a couple pennies. You're not supposed to fill these all the way, but I usually get them pretty close. 316. Yeah, that's going to have to stay there. Can't put any more in there. Eau de petrol. Get on there. Get on there. Oop, I didn't get it recorded in time. Oh well. Rewrap my bottle. And if the wind will quit fighting with me. Shoehorn it in there. Reset my trip meter. All right then, off we go. Go home and start working on the house chores. We got company coming over today. Make sure everything is clean and presentable, and rearrange some stuff in the garage. Try to get myself organized maybe for the live streams coming up for the Navi thing, and just reconnecting with people. I've been out of touch on my vlogs and live streams now for a couple of months. Just haven't been feeling too swift. But it's getting better. Weather's better. We're warmer now finally in Houston, but of course with the warmer weather and especially the wind, we've got lots of pollen. All the weather reports are saying that flu season and allergy season are coinciding kind of at a odd timing here. Flu season's coming late, and now we're right into allergy season, so everybody's suffering. I've been suffering for weeks and weeks. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, but I'm getting sneezy and itchy eyes and all that. Lots of pollen. The tree pollen is off the charts right now, apparently. I need to redo this mount on this helmet too. This thing's drooping so far. It drives me nuts. I don't know if it's the 3M tape or what, but I never had problems with it for almost 2 years, and now just back to back to back I've had the mount fail 3 times in a row on 2 new of these Moto Rads mounts and 1 redone one. So this is the redone one right here, and it's drooping, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Come up with a new mounting solution for the camera, I guess. When I switch over to a Hero 10, it's going to be even heavier because you got the camera plus that media mod, so it's going to be heavier than this. That'll make it worse. Anyway, thanks for tagging along. Just kind of a lazy Saturday, doing something different today, and I will catch you all on the next one.